friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am joined with Miss Ashlynn Tapp, and I am today in Southern Oregon. Woo! And just hanging out. We just like have been hanging out for the past few hours, and then
so excited to be here.
Just wanted to get a goddamn pizza talk in because I haven't done one of these in freaking months, man. I literally cannot remember the last time that I did one.
And I've been watching these for years.
That makes my heart so warm.
I'm accomplished. Like, Mom, I made it. I'm on pizza talk.
You're gonna send your mom the lake after that.
Of course.
She's actually downstairs right now.
My mom ate this piece. That's why there's a missing piece.
She has
there.
Dove into it. But we went to Mod Pizza and got our own personal slices because I love doing this with people who like have their own dietary needs. It's like we don't need to get one overwhelming slice for both of us when we could all just get what we want.
Allergies.
I am not discriminatory.
Right, of course, and I appreciate that. A lot of people give me crap. I can't help what my body doesn't want to accept.
Exactly.
But I'm gluten-free and dairy-free because my stomach says no, buddy.
No, no, no.
No, no, no. So here we are.
I tweeted for you guys to send us questions with the hashtag Pizza Talk on Twitter. See what you guys have to say today. And we got this one question from Rosie, and they asked, how do you get the confidence of giving someone a good first impression? I'm so shy when I meet someone new, but once you get to know me, I'm not shy at all. How do you break that barrier?
How do you break that barrier?
I feel like it's different for everybody. Like, I at least was raised to be very extroverted, and I mean, not that my parents were like, you have to be an extrovert, right. But I always just felt that way. Like, I always had a large friend group when I was in high school and middle school. Cheers, brother.
Totally.
I got like corn, peppers, broccoli, tomato. We got the whole 9 yards today.
I agree.
But honestly, dude, I feel like it really depends on the type of person that you are and how you interact in certain situations. And because like you said, like once you get to know me, I'm very cool. So it's just like giving people that opportunity to like get to know you further.
Yes.
So I guess maybe like I don't know if they're even asking advice. Like, how do I break the barrier of making people feel uncomfortable when they first meet me or something? Or how do I get over that first like hurdle of we're just acquaintances and we're gonna be better friends? I think it's just like time.
Yeah,
you know?
and I also think it's really important to make sure that it's not just you putting in the effort. Like, is that person making you feel comfortable? You know, because then it's not something worth pursuing. If you're feeling uncomfortable, like, I mean, obviously you're shy at first, but you also need to make sure that that person is putting in the same effort that you are. Otherwise, it's not a relationship worth pursuing, and you should put your energy into something that makes you feel more comfortable right off the bat. Because I find that my friendships that are the most organic and like long lasting are the ones that I just feel a click with immediately.
Yes.
Even though I'm a shy person, it's like you feel like they understand you right away.
Yeah.
So
that's how I 100% felt with you.
Totally.
Like, just off the bat, when you meet somebody and you're like, damn, we could get along so well, and you do, you know, if you continue that relationship down the line, like you do work up to that point.
I feel like the older you get too, the more exclusive you have to be with your relationships.
Yeah.
Like, be picky about who you choose to spend your time with.
This girl Taylor asked us, have your spiritual feelings changed at all since moving out of LA? Love you both, girlies.
That's a great question.
I'm gonna let you share first if you have any feelings about this.
Absolutely. Like, I'm so glad I gave LA a shot. It's something I always wanted to do, but it completely scorched my spirit. I felt so anxious there, coming from such a cool, chill place in Oregon, moving to that environment. I don't think I was prepared. I don't think I had the right support system. So moving back home to Oregon has been like getting back to my roots and just feeling so comfortable. And like I was explaining earlier, it sort of felt like in LA, I know this sounds dramatic, but like my soul or my spirit felt like it was in a prison. Yeah, just yeah, like it wasn't really me. And then coming back here, it felt like I was running through a meadow. Yeah. Just like so free and feeling okay again. Yeah. And I understand, you know, like some people might have that experience in LA. They might feel super free there. But just like the traffic and the expenses, and it just felt like my soul was tied down and I had lost my independence and freedom there.
And you needed to get back to it.
Absolutely. I loved the people I met in LA though.
Yeah, those are like the things that I miss. To me. Yeah. It's like the good people that I met.
You tweeted that or something the other day, and I was like, absolutely. Like, that's the only thing I miss about LA is my friends.
Yeah. But I feel like I almost had a separate experience at 2 different times of my life when I was living in LA. So when I first moved out there, I was 17. I was like breaking free.
Oh,
I like hear, I'm breaking free, you know.
Man.
In my head when I was like 17, just like getting out of my parents' house, just like going to live with my sister Lindsay. Yeah, man. I mean, I was just adjusting, just being like, okay, I'm taking it all into my hands. I'm figuring out life. And that was a very like kind of more spiritually enlightening time for me, where I was figuring out really who I am without the guidance of a parental figure in my life. So that was very interesting for me to kind of figure out. And then once I moved out of my sister's place and really lived on my own for like 2016 to kind of the beginning of 2017, I started more so just like living solely on my own in a studio and just kind of like figuring out what even I would like to do with my time, because I didn't have her friend group around and I needed to like disperse my time.
You couldn't like rely on her.
Yeah, exactly. And we both kind of felt that way. Like we couldn't rely on each other to bring that kind of energy into our lives. Like we really were just, it was every man for themselves.
Yeah.
And that's how I really felt at the end of when I was like finishing out my time in LA, is like, you know, yes, I moved out there to further my career, I suppose. Like that is truly what Larry, that is truly what I was going out there for, was like, oh, I like do YouTube and I'm gonna like further my career out there. But like spiritually, I don't feel truthfully like I was growing out there. Like I met people who
like stunted the growth.
Yeah, it was like I was like everybody else in a swimming pool of every fish who looked exactly like me and swim exactly like me. Everybody is just like you, and you don't really have anything that sets you apart. And I just needed
so many YouTubers.
Exactly. Everybody moves there for the same thing, and they're like, I have to be here for this one thing.
I really felt like I could make more videos when I came back in Oregon, being just like alone. And doing it by myself.
Yeah.
That's the way I grow.
Exactly.
Sounds like you're similar.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like when you get to this space where you're closer to nature and family and the things that you love, you feel so much closer to, oh, you have like an aha moment of like, I could make videos about like this, like, or this, or just
sparks that
plants, or,
creativity,
just like nature or anything, or just like the weird shit that you don't think that you would have, I don't know, made videos on when you're living in a city.
It's not even possible
let my
in
dog
a city.
in. It really isn't, honestly.
There's no open spaces in LA to like grow. That was the big thing for me about LA, is I felt like I needed open spaces and there was nothing. Like I didn't feel like I could escape to anywhere and just breathe.
Yeah.
Like there was something on every block and every corner, but I could go walk like half a mile that way and I'm on a river. Yeah. I don't know, that's the stuff that like inspires me to be creative. So
I think it really is just like the connection to nature.
You just
that
gotta
makes
find
you
like
feel so much closer to just life in general.
Absolutely. It brings you back to like what you truly are meant to be, I feel like, and it brings your spirit closer. I feel like it aligns your mind and your heart and your spirit. Yeah. Like better. So that
so you just know what you want to do. You're not like stunted really anymore. Unless you just fall into a complete depressive episode that is purely from your own mind and what you do and your own chemical imbalances in your brain, then like, yeah, that's your own shit, and that will happen literally wherever you go. Until
it's not like a situational depression.
It's like not like, oh, this is LA that's making me feel this way. It's like, oh, this is me that's making me feel this way.
Definitely.
Know? But definitely, I would say that on top of that, situational things like your environment can really just deprive you of the things that you need most.
It's like whatever works for you. If you're a city person and that makes you thrive, then like, yes. You just need, I feel like you need to test things out to figure out what you need to do. Yeah. Because for me, I kind of felt like a failure moving back here. Like, oh, that classic person that went to LA and couldn't handle it. Yeah. But then after a while, I was like, nah, man, it's just like not for me. Exactly. Not my spirit. And it's like,
at least you just tried it out.
Yeah, and I'm so happy. I'm so grateful I did that now, because I would have always wondered. And now it's like, no, it's not. It's just not my thing. It's not a jam.
No. I'm going to move on to another question because we've been rambling on, brothers. Lily asked us, and this isn't really like an advice question, but just like an opinion question.
Love it.
What is the best thing that's happened to you so far in 2018?
Oh, goodness gracious.
I know mine.
I know mine too. I have fallen in love, and love is just the best thing. Like having someone that supports you and just absolutely adores you for you. It's just like, wow.
The truest form.
Yeah, that's been happening over the last 2 months, and it came into my life as quite a shocker. Like I was planning on being single for a long time. And this person just slithered right on in. And I was like, well, okay.
That's always when it happens.
I know, right?
You least expect it. They slither on in.
And like the turnover from my last relationship was quicker than anything. I mean, my last relationship ended in March and I started a new one in June. And that's like so soon for me. I've never done something like that before. So I was like, this can't happen. But I realized I was trying to like
shut it down before you let it blossom.
Right, yeah, I was trying to like push against what the universe was like trying to give me, and then once I let into it, I was like, wow, this is like the best thing. So that's just been great. Like love is love, and what's better than that? So
what is better than that?
2018, baby.
I don't fucking know, man. I don't know what would be better than that.
Love is the best thing in the world.
It really is. It like fuels me in my days.
I know, Larry. I actually invited you on the bed and you didn't stay up here, so I don't know why you're crying.
I have so much love for Larry. You got love for fam. There's so much different types of love.
Yeah.
Friends, fam, pets, lovers.
So much to go around.
You can love anything.
I would say that my best thing that has happened to me in 2018 was moving to Oregon. Because I had lived in LA for 4 years and I just needed to move on from that phase of life in general. I just felt at the beginning, I think kind of I was just reminiscing on this at one of our last questions, but at the beginning I was just like, wow, I'm just breaking into my shell. I'm such a free butterfly. And then soon I just like started going back into a cocoon and was like, I'm becoming a shell of myself. And like, I don't know what to do here, but I'm still like, you know, things are still happening. I'm still going to like events and like press stuff, you know, but I wasn't even like meeting with my managers or just anything like that.
Those things aren't like worth it in the end.
It's like, why did I even need to be there? Yeah, it's not like I was pursuing acting or comedy or anything or really anything in like the entertainment industry. So that's why I was just like, dude, I need to fucking leave. Like, this is not the space or city that I need to be in for like what my drives are. And at the time when I was leaving, I was like, I don't even know what my drives are, but I know that it's not this. Like,
you just had to go where your soul was leading you.
Yeah. And Finley and I both just like had been taking so many trips up to Oregon, just like ever since April. We had been just really reminiscing on that and like how wonderful it was around the redwoods. And then when we would go up the coast, we were just like, it's so beautiful and green and wonderful, and like we want to get back to that and be on like larger amounts of land and not in an apartment complex where people steal our packages and just like talk shit to us when we're in the elevators and just like
neighbors
so
are
many
rough.
things. They really are, man.
Dude, so having land is just one of the biggest blessings.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody should be able to experience that. I wish like everyone could just have like an acre or two of land. If it's not for you,
just have like a little garden, a little compost.
Definitely. Just get yourself into some sort of dirt.
But I do have another question. This is from Jasmine. She asked, how do you stay so connected with friends that aren't in the same area as you? And honestly, I am very shitty about this. I will just fully admit that. It definitely takes effort, time. Like, it's like an LDR, nice long distance relationship. Like, you really got to invest your time into it if you want to stay connected with these people. Because I have certain friends from LA where I'm like, damn, I just wish I knew what was going on in their lives so much more. But I just don't. And then we'll text each other being like, oh, I'm sorry, just missed your FaceTime call. You know, maybe later this week we can catch up. And it's just little things like that, like actually making the effort to link back and like call them again and figure out what the fuck is going on in their life. Because with people like Drew and people like Claudia, like I really don't know what the fuck, other than Instagram and social media and stuff like that, I don't know what the fuck's going on in their life.
You feel like you know what's going on because of social media.
But you don't know the innards. You don't know all the inner workings of their life, how they're feeling mentally. No, you don't know any of the nitty gritty.
How's your heart? How's your soul?
Exactly.
I think like if they're a good enough homie, they'll understand that you're busy too. And I feel like it's a generational thing where nobody's really good at keeping touch, but I feel like there's more pressure for us to keep touch because of social media. Whereas like 50 years ago, it's like, well, you call when you call. It's like, were there even telephones? Yes.
Dude, that is so true.
Like, so I don't know, I think there's more pressure now to like keep in touch with people, but if a homie's a homie and they know who you are, having a good convo like once a month just touching base would be enough for them. Like, you know, a good friend's not gonna make you feel bad for not constantly texting them, or, you know, like, you guys both have, like, different lives, so.
100%. That's how my best friend Gina and I are back home. Like, she came to visit me probably like over a month ago, and we have not talked since, and it's fully because, like, I know she's good, she knows I'm good, and when we talk, we're just gonna link up and chat about all the things that we've missed in that time. And like, anybody who loves you is gonna be okay with you taking that
that's
time,
totally okay.
and not being like, damn it, Megan, damn it, Ashlynn, why don't you just freaking return my call? It's like your mom.
And those are those homies that you, like, start talking and you just hop right back in, like,
exactly.
You
it's like nothing ever changed.
Exactly. That's kind of how you know it's real. And if they're not making an effort, or if you're not making an effort, then maybe, like, reevaluate if that friendship's even worth continuing.
100%.
Boom.
We're gonna take one more question and then we'll hit the friggin' hay on this video. For the last questions that we're gonna be answering in this, it's actually 2 questions, but they both kind of like interweave with each other. So the first one is, how do you find peace and joy through time spent alone? I love to do certain things alone. Reading, writing, meditating, obviously, dreaming, all of those things, just like laying in your space being like, damn, I'm so grateful. You know, just like having those intimate moments with yourself, they're so necessary. And like going for walks in nature too.
Oh my god, go on walks, people. If you're depressed, please just like get up and go on a walk. Doesn't matter if you live in the city, just go for a walk, breathe fresh air. The difference is incredible.
It is. And I know it's fucking hard. It is so hard to like actually muster up the courage. Like, I'm gonna leave my house today.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. It's
but
a big difference.
I think spending these at least like a little time thinking about the end goal. How much better will I feel after I do this, you know? And then choosing to go out and do that because you're like, I know it's better than just sitting in bed and watching YouTube for the rest of my fucking day.
Yeah.
You know? I hope I'm not calling MB out, who is watching this video doing that exact same thing.
Mean,
do you, girl?
And
do
that's
you, boy?
okay too. Like, do what you gotta do. I personally don't feel like I can answer this question well because I've always been somebody that loves being alone.
Yeah.
Like, even as a kid, like in home videos, it's like all the kids playing, and then my mom will like pan over to me, and I'm like in the corner reading books. So like that's always been me. I think my thing is like learning how to be more social. I love being like the life of the party, and it's fun, but I definitely need to like force myself to get out there. So I think on the opposite side of the like spectrum, you need to understand like when being alone is too much. Like, you don't want to isolate yourself completely to the point where you become depressed, because I feel like you do need the energy of others to feel fulfilled in life.
Yeah.
You can't, you know, you need human touch, you need like you need conversation, you need stimulation to be alive. So it's like
100%.
Sometimes I spend too much time alone.
And then feel like you're deprived of that energy.
Right, exactly. So it's like just finding a really good balance and being able, like, I really truly believe that you need to fall in love with yourself. Like how you were saying, with just like finding things that you love to do alone. That's how you're going to slowly fall in love with yourself. Is knowing that, oh, I love to read, I love to write alone, I love to meditate, and then you really believe like you belong within your body.
Yeah.
Like you start to love everything that is carrying you, and you're going through life and you're like, yeah, I can do shit alone. Like, I'm good.
And sometimes it might feel uncomfortable. You know,
Absolutely.
the first when you're like starting to figure it out and be like, you might have FOMO, you might be like, what the fuck are my friends doing right now? I need to go and do that. But it is always worth it to take that time truly to be alone. And
just find what makes you happy, because otherwise you're always going to be wondering who you are.
Yeah.
You're not going to know unless you take that time to get to know yourself.
Well, that's like my favorite thing that you've said.
Wow. Thanks.
That's my favorite thing you've ever said to me in life, ever.
Love it.
Now we're going to end off with this last question from Elise. And she asked, hey ladies, how do you deal with singleness? I love me time, but I would love a partner, you feel? So kind of just like a little bit what we were just talking about. Like, she loves that me time. She loves to just like bask in it. And I had a video actually called Opening Up About Love in summer 2016. But basically I was like in that realm of space, and I had just been, you know, like seeing a fuck boy, honestly, for lack of a better term.
It happens.
In my hometown, and I was dick deprived, if I'm being honest.
Isn't sometimes.
In LA. It was very hard to meet good men in LA who weren't like hung up on just bullshit.
Straight men. in LA
straight men
that are good.
And
I don't think exist.
I'm having a hard time even understanding if they do. But I moved on from that. But anyways, every time I would go home, I would like see the same motherfucker from my high school and just like spend time with him, whatever. And I knew that it was never going anywhere. So I was just like, oh, I just like want this to happen, but like I'm cool with being by myself, you know, because like I'm good here, but like you're not, you know,
right.
and like you don't get me, you don't want me like that. And I understand that, but how do I like come to terms with me wanting a partner, me wanting somebody to like fully understand me and like be here for me, but just knowing that I'm not gonna get that from you.
Right.
And I think that might be what you're talking about, and you just really need to define like who you want. And if you know that like the person that you're seeing or the person that you're investing your time in, whether it be a friend, a future partner, whatever, like if they're not giving you what you want and you feel that, like you truly feel that, you need to just move on and be like, I'm gonna close this door because it is not allowing me to open any other door of possibility. And if I keep knocking on the same, it'll just be the same story that I'm telling myself that gets me absolutely nowhere.
Again.
And it's just
I think that's
destructive.
like that's a really good opportunity too when you're in that place of like, I love myself, but I want a partner. It's like, what are the reasons you want a partner? Like find your boundaries and your standards and what you're looking for in a person. And you know, and don't waste your energy on somebody that isn't giving you those things. And like feeling that way in the situation that you're in is a really good opportunity to then find those things within yourself.
Oh, 100%.
Like, you know, I'm looking for somebody that does this, this, and this, but I can't find it in another person. So why don't I find it in myself right now until that person comes along?
And that is the best way to practice that, is like, once you're right, once you truly feel like, that was the most frustrating thing for me, was I was like, I'm good. Like, I know that I have been treating myself right. I know that I'm not practicing bad habits or being like terrible to myself, but at the same time I was like, and you don't even notice that in the moment. Like I was going and revisiting that same motherfucker who was just doing bullshit to me that I just like didn't need in my life. Like you don't need somebody
like
who's a link
energy completely
wasted energy on somebody who just doesn't either have the time for you at that moment, or they only want one thing from you, which is most likely sexual, when you're looking for, at least from the question that you asked, you're looking for more of like a emotional, romantic kind of, you are my one who is gonna listen to this shit from me. I think we all need that one person, whether it be a best friend, partner, whatever.
Anything.
Or
just like, be that for yourself. Like look to be that for yourself.
And journal. If you like, if you don't have that person to do that,
only be your bestie, girl.
It really will be your bestie.
But like wanting to get dicked down is a totally different thing. Like if you are in a place where you can separate that for yourself and not want something from that dude, then get dicked down, you know? It's totally different.
It is totally different.
And if you're in that hoe phase, I say hoe as an endearing term, an empowering term.
We're taking it back.
If you're in that hoe phase and you're confident in your sexuality and you're not looking for that in somebody,
write it out.
That's a whole nother thing. Just like find it within yourself, girl.
My sister and I actually have a video on love, sex, and relationships where we talked about kind of these same kind of general topics. So I'll link that as a card on the screen if you guys want to go and check that out. But we talked about that. We're like, sometimes you just need dick and you're gonna go and seek that and you're gonna go and find that, and you know, like, this motherfucker doesn't care about me, but I just want the dick.
I had a phase like that, and it honestly really helped me.
Yeah,
it empowers me,
like,
and it helped me move on from that phase to like the next point. Like I had to go through it. Yeah. To get to that next point in my life. Yeah. I needed the dick for like a second, and it was like, okay, I did that, and I knew that that guy wasn't like anything to me. I wasn't anything to him, and it worked. Yeah. And it was over, and now I'm like in a great spot. Exactly. You just need it sometimes. Yes. So I think that... Or you don't, and that's totally cool too. God. I think you who asked this question, that you know what you need, and to get there, you know, you just got to go through the phase, ride it out, and until you find somebody who truly makes your heart sing, which will happen. Don't doubt that. I don't want anybody to watch this be like, oh, I'll never find somebody, because truly it comes, I mean, from both of our stories, like it comes at the most unexpected times, from the most unexpected places, and you're like, you gotta manifest and honestly set your standards. That's something my therapist taught me. Like, how are you gonna know what you want if you don't know what you want? Yeah. So like when it comes along, know what you want, have the things that you need in somebody. Not like petty things, like he needs to be over 6 foot. No, like what are his views on like social issues, like if that's important to you, like things like that.
Yeah, and like how he or she treats you in general.
Handles your emotions, blah, blah, blah.
There's a lot, but anyways, I wish you the best of luck, guys. And just like, thank you so much for watching us give mediocre advice on all of your life's trials and tribulations.
We should honestly get our psych degrees and just go for it.
Just go for it. You know, this is our starting point right here, and we will be going into psychology immediately after this.
Wrapping it up.
But thank you so much for joining me.
Dude, thank you for having me. I'm honestly so blessed. I feel blessed.
I feel so blessed to have you on the show.
God, thanks for having me.
If you don't watch Ashlyn's videos, please go and check her out. She is so freaking funny. She makes like organic mass videos too, of just like all natural ingredients like in her home. Mukbangs galore. I love that shit, and I know you guys do as well. I do that.
That do.
You did too, girl. So this is honestly gonna get really strange if I don't end this off soon. So I'm gonna say thank you so much for watching. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Ring the notifications bell if you want to be notified when I upload. And until the next upload, stay smiling. And hey, subscribe to Ashlynn. She's great.
Wow, thanks, girl.
Looking at my dreams, who I wanna be. I guess you gotta see it to believe. Oh, I've been a fool, but it's cool. That's what human beings do. Keep your eyes